The reason you don't have faith in planning what to do next is because deep down you feel like you're an underachiever. You have no past history of having done enough of anything. Anything you set your mind to, with or without planning. Like you didn't achieve much, whether or not you planned to achieve anything or not. So it's irrelevant. You don't, deep down, think that planning sucks. You think that goal setting altogether is pointless. You think that there is no point in having goals in the first place. So what's the point of planning? Because plans are there to get to goals. Since you have no faith in goals and goal setting, because, why try to do anything? Because I've never done anything before, so you feel like you're hopeless when it comes to goal setting. Now you really have no reason to plan. Because you have no aspirations, you have no goals, you're not trying to reach anything. You're not trying to accomplish anything. You're not trying to achieve anything. And the only reason for this is that you don't have a history of a ton of accomplishments and achievements that you've done successfully in the past. You don't have that kind of past history. And that discourages you and gives you, what I call negative reward. You feel like the overall reward of all time that you have is minimal, is too low for you to be able to move towards any goal or any aspiration or anything that you want to accomplish or reach or achieve in this life. You know that there's no way to reach your goals other than planning for them. You have nothing against planning, but you have all the reluctance in the world to plan for anything because you know you're gonna fail anyway. You're not gonna reach any of those goals anyway because you have no history that proves that you have set goals and have successfully accomplished every single one of them in your past history. This never happened before. And that's why it makes no sense for you to pursue other goals when you've never succeeded at any goals that you've pursued in the past. Why try now? What makes you think that we're not going to fail now just as we have failed in the past? And you don't think that planning will change that, and that's why you never plan anything. You don't have a to-do list, you never schedule anything, you have no sort of planning whatsoever when it comes to your future, when it comes to goals, when it comes to anything, because you have no faith in goal setting, because you don't want to reach any goals at the moment, because you know that you are going to fail at any goals that you try to pursue, that you try to accomplish, that you try to reach. Whatever that you aspire to reach, you will fail at it. Why? Because you've never succeeded at it in the past. But what if I never tried in the first place, and that's why it never happened? What if the reason of the lack of a history in my past history of previous successes? What if I don't have a history of previous success because I didn't even try to succeed at anything? I did not try to accomplish or achieve anything in the past, and that's why I don't have a history full of accomplishments and successes and achievements. Because I didn't even aim for that in the first place. I was just trying to have fun and enjoy my life. I never aimed for anything in the past. I was aimless. I was purposeless, and I lived, life just for the moment, and I never aspired for anything meaningful. And that's why I don't have a history of achievement and a history of accomplishment in my past history. It does not necessarily mean that I failed. For your mind, the absence of a history of success, an absence of a history of achievements and an accomplishment, an absence of a history of accomplishment in your past is the same. Whether or not that lack of history of success and achievement in your past was because you never even aspired for anything, you never even tried to reach any goals or tried to succeed at anything or tried to have any sort of achievement or accomplishment at anything whatsoever, whether or not the reason for this is that you never tried to in the first place or you tried and failed. For your mind, both are the same, because it's like I have no food. It does not matter whether or not I have no food today is because, I'm poor and I don't have any money, I'm broke and I don't have any money, or I ate all the food in the fridge yesterday, even though I'm rich, but I'm stuck now with no food and I have to go to the store and I'm now hungry. So for your mind, it's the same. There is lack of food on the table. There is lack of a history of accomplishment, which means trying to aspire to accomplish anything at present seems foreign for your mind. They don't know, they panic at the thought. They don't know what this is. It never happened before. Like you need fluid intelligence here. You have no history of having succeeding at anything in the past. So your mind doesn't know what to do. It does not seem familiar to your mind. So they have no pathway in your subconscious to navigate you through that situation from it. You will never do that subconsciously because you've never done it before. There is no established pathway in your brain for how to accomplish things because you've never done that before in the past. So you'll always be afraid of it and you will always not know how to do it. But that's not the only problem. You will get discouragement from the absence of achievement in your past history. You will get a lack of reward and lack of, serotonin and dopamine just from the fact that you don't have enough accomplishment and achievement and success in your past. This in and of itself frustrates you and discourages you from even trying, whether or not that is due to failure or not even trying in the first place. So you never tried and you never failed, but you never succeeded. Or you tried and you kept trying a ton of times, endless times, countless times, and still you failed every single time. In both cases, you still have no history of accomplishment or achievement or any success whatsoever at anything. Both feel the same way, and both will crush you and make it even impossible for you to even try to aspire for any new goals or try to reach any new aspirations or goals or try to accomplish or achieve anything. This will crush you and demotivate you. You will find lack of motivation and loss of interest and lack of energy when it comes to aspiring to do something that it could count as a massive accomplishment or achievement, or it could, be considered some sort of success at anything. Like, you will fail at goal setting because you never succeeded at goals or reaching any goals, or goal setting in general, or reaching any goals whatsoever in the past. Even if you never set goals for yourself in the past. Like, I want you to understand the situation here, that avoidance of success will not lead to escaping the fact that you will feel like a failure, because the guy who tried and failed a gazillion times feels the same way as the guy who never tried. Both lack accomplishment in their past history the same way. Both has zero achievement in the past. Both have absolutely no achievement or accomplishment or success whatsoever in their past history. Whether or not their reason is failure or never even trying because, who cares, we're gonna die. You don't aspire for anything because you don't care. It doesn't change it. The only solution is to slowly keep accumulating successes and achievements and accomplishments until you're amazed at the pile that has accumulated over time, what you've amassed over time in terms of success and achievement and accomplishment over time, until it's not empty anymore. This is more important than anything whatsoever that you can try to do in order to get the energy that you need to succeed. Like, most people think, before I try to succeed, I should fix my energy issues first. Like, I should try to become a high performer and try to have an abundance of energy all the time, and then, try to fix my life and try to set goals for myself, and then I'll succeed easily because I have an abundance of energy. I'm exercising on the regular, I'm doing whatever that I am doing in order to have a ton of energy and an abundance of energy all the time. You will fail and your energy will get depleted in an instant because you have no past history of achievement. This is the only reason, and that's why we have 26-year-old people who feel like they're crushed and they're done and there's no chance whatsoever for them for any sort of recovery whatsoever for the rest of their lives. And people tell them, you're young. It has nothing, even if you're immortal, you will feel the same way because you have 26 years of zero accomplishment. You have 20, and it's not just a gap that happened after massive accomplishment before that. You have zero accomplishments ever since you came to this world for 26 years, and here you are now. Damn right you'll feel like there's no hope for you because you have never done anything before in your whole life. But people who are like 45 and 52 look at you and they, bro, you haven't even started yet. Like you are not even born yet. You have all your life still ahead of you. You are at the 0 point. This is the starting point. How on earth are you saying you have no chance already? You have all the chance in the world. But they don't understand that the problem here is the 26-year-old person has no previous achievement or accomplishment or success whatsoever. And this is what's crushing them. And whatever plan you give them will not fix anything. They will feel like they are trying to move mountains in order to finish every single tiny, minuscule, easy task that you give them or that they give themselves. Whatever that they plan, they will fail at it because they will feel like they need a nuclear plant sort of energy to finish each and every single tiny task. I'm talking the size of brushing your teeth type of task. You will fail at all of this because you have no history of achievement. But the people who are like billionaires and at 47 something years old or 50 something or even 60 something look at you and they're surprised. Why are you failing at life? How on earth are you saying you're done? You haven't even started yet. You're not even born yet. You're just 26, 27, 25, 30, and they measure it by age only, as if you landed on the earth at 30 years old and you're complaining. No, you have a history of 30 years of nothingness. That absolute vacuum in your head will crush you and slow you down and weigh you down like nothing else. You'll feel sandbagged by it all the time. You'll feel like you're swimming through molasses. You'll feel like everything is difficult. You're always swimming against the tide. Everything is depleting your energy. Everything is draining and sucking your energy. You have no energy to begin with, no matter what. Even if you exercise, even if you do all this stuff in the whole world that can give you energy, you feel it's pointless and hopeless and you cannot recover from that situation. Like it's impossible. You cannot get out of that. And I can feel like, man, I wasted my life. What life? You haven't even started life. Oh, you've wasted your life because you've spent 26 up to 30 years having done absolutely nothing. You have no momentum. You have nothing to build upon it. You have nothing that makes it easier for you to make success business as usual for you. I wake up and I do those things. I have done that a gazillion times before, so it's easy. I'll finish them in 2 hours and then go do whatever that I want after that. Success is somewhat sort of a business as usual when you have a ton of success that happened previously. That's why I always tell people what matters is not the number of likes, not the number of subscribers, not the number of followers that you gain when you post. What matters is the number of posts that you have. Like the number of videos that you have is all that matters when it comes to whether or not you're gonna make it on social media or on video. The number of posts, because this means you have a history of posting a ton before, you have 1,000 videos online, and that's why you'll always succeed. You will never, struggle with posting if you have 1,000 posts, if you have 1,000 videos already. But it will always be a struggle for you if you only have 40 videos, 20 videos, because you feel like you have nothing. But you go and look at your number of followers, your number of subscribers, and I'm not getting followers, I'm not getting subscribers, I'm failing. Of course, it feels bad. But this isn't the number that you should focus on. That is gonna make it easier. Gaining 1,000 subscribers, gaining 10,000 subscribers is not gonna make it easier. I'm talking about how hard it is to make videos consistently. How hard it is to post on the regular. How hard it is to show up, on social media all the time, every single day, or several times a week. How hard it is to show up, to do it. Number of followers or subscribers will not make it easier, but there is something that can make it. I'm not going to tell you that it's always going to be hard. It will always forever be hard. Nothing will ever make this here. I've been doing this for 40 years non-stop, every single day, 5 times in a row, and still it is as hard as No, this isn't what I'm trying to tell you. And anyone who tells you that it's always going to be hard has no idea what they're talking about. But there is a way. There's a thing that can make it easier, which is the number of posts. The number of times you've done this before. The number of videos, the number of posts, the number of times you've put out content online. As long as this number increases, the more this number is, the higher that number, the number of posts or number of videos or number of pieces of content you have online, the easier it will be for you to do it again, even if you have 0 followers, because you have made a ton of achievement already that is indisputable. The number of posts or videos, that no one can say that this never existed. But you can post for 1,000 times and get 0 subscribers or 0 followers. That can happen. So to feel like you've done nothing for years. I've been doing that for a decade and I still have 0 followers or subscribers. I'll feel like I've done nothing. But if I looked at the number of videos, man, but I have 1,000 videos. I can watch my own videos and feel good. You get it? I will feel good and high from consuming my own content. I'll learn from it. I'll get some value and benefit from it myself. Even though I'm the one who said it. Just because I said it does not mean that I will not get some sort of benefit or value from it if I watched it again later on, 2 months later. That could happen. So I have done something. It will always feel like I've done something. I'll look at it and, man, I have done this, which will give me a sense of accomplishment that will make it easier next time. So the only thing that you need to do is posting longer content, posting a higher quantity of content, and also higher quality. Like you need everything. Post a greater number of pieces of content, and posts. That will make it easier for you. Why? Because this is not just a thing about, content creation. This is not just about, presence on social media. This isn't about that. This is about the fact that whatever that you're trying to succeed at, the more you have instances of success at it in your past, the easier it will become for you to do it over and over and over again in the future. So this is all you need to do in order to have energy. Everything else helps with that. But if you don't have that history, no amount of stuff that can increase your energy will help you and give you energy in order for you to succeed. It will always feel like you're moving mountains and pushing against the tide and resistance. You're pushing always against massive resistance, and it feels so hard for you, and it feels like you can never do it. So the only thing you need to do is create that past history that is full of successes and achievements and accomplishments.